Well, I just feel like learning this stuff is definitely going to help me in the future because, I've been trying to be a little more cautious about my financial decisions, and now I think I have a better idea of what I want to get, what I want to do with some of that money.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome.
What's going on, gentlemen? Welcome back to the Dad Edge Podcast. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Hump Day. Yes. Here in studio with Ethan. Ethan is back this week. He was off last week, so really excited for today's podcast. Today, we are talking financial literacy with our kids. So everything that has to do with money, the mistakes we've made, the good things we've done, the value of money, work ethic, we're covering it all today. So good conversation, good honest conversation between father and son. I'm going to be sharing some things, my views, and some of the things that I've really done poorly in when it comes to money, and some wise decisions I've made too, learning from my mistakes and those lumps that we take early on in life. Ethan's going to be talking today a little bit about how he views money, how he values money, the things that he's confident around, the things that he's nervous about, or the future, the whole 9 yards. So today is going to be a great conversation and something I'm really excited about. Ethan, what's going on, dude? How are you?
Doing well. How about you?
Doing well. I like
Me on a hump day.
I like that shirt.
Thanks. It's my shirt. You can't have it.
But I do want it.
You want the Mustang. You can't have my shirt though.
I don't want your shirt. I just want the car on it. He's wearing a Shelby GT 500 shirt, my dream car. Actually, have you seen the movie John Wick?
I've seen bits and pieces. I remember when we went on a trip and you showed me the first 20 minutes of it.
Yeah. Oh, it's action packed. It's like a dude movie.
Yeah.
Like for sure. It's Keanu Reeves just.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, man. He just crushes it in that movie. But so I took Colton to Vegas, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we went to the John Wick Museum.
There's a such thing?
Well, a John Wick experience. They have it there, and they have his car.
That they used in the movie?
Yes. I don't know if it's the exact car, but it looks really close. But man, it's that.
It's a Shelby GT 500.
Yeah, or a 350 or something like that. But it's basically that. I'm not going to lie. I want to just jump in that car and just drive it right out of the building. But yeah, I'd probably make it.
Go to fast lane.
Probably wouldn't even make it in the car. But how you been this week?
Pretty good.
Good.
It's been a pretty good week. Less stressful now that I have finished some stuff from school. And I have a job that is nice and stable, so I don't have to worry about much right now.
That's good.
So I'm happy.
Well, we're going to be talking about money today when it comes about stability and all that good stuff. But money. First of all, though, we have a shout out. We have to announce the first form Dad Edge Man of the Month.
Who?
Well, okay.
Not kidding.
You have had quite a transformation. So I want to share this with the audience. If you are not a part of our Dad Edge Alliance, you need to be. And that's because, if anything, we do a lot of really fun things in there. Obviously, our specialty in there is we help men with marriage, better communication, get out of the roommate syndrome with your wife. Did you know that? Check this out. I did some research. Did you know that 40 to 50% of married couples report being in what we call the roommate syndrome? Do you know what that is?
I've never heard of that before, but I think I know exactly what it is because I have seen it so many times with so many parents that I like from friends.
Yeah.
It's really sad, actually. We were kind of talking about it not so long ago.
Yeah, we were actually talking about it last night. And, but yeah, the roommate syndrome is kind of like we just sort of coexist together. We're parents, we kind of co-parent together.
Yeah.
And sometimes, here's the crazy thing. Nothing sometimes feels like it's that bad. Like nothing's like
in the moment.
Right. It doesn't feel great either. So it's like,
it's not magical.
It's not. You and your wife are just kind of coexisting. You're kind of mom and dad, but you're not husband and wife, and you don't really do much together. You kind of live sort of separate lives. You don't really talk too much unless it's needed. Perhaps you probably still love each other, but there really isn't a whole lot of intimacy. There's not a lot of connection. But yeah, 40 to 50% of married couples report that's where they're at.
Jeez, that's sad.
It's crazy to me. Yeah. So that's one thing we do in the Alliance. Obviously, we help you guys connect with your kids, help you be more patient, all those good things. But one of the other thing too is, we're big on mental health, we're big on emotional health, but for some of our guys, physical health is a big deal. And 3 times a year, we run what's called the 8-week transformation challenge. This is actually a thing that First Form does, but we incorporate it into our ecosystem. And about every quarter, usually we don't run it the last quarter, like this time of year, because most people are really distracted with eating way too much, the holidays, that kind of thing. And they'll be like, January 1st is the magic day. So we the magic day. So we actually, being a part of the Alliance, we are going to be running a first quarter 8-week challenge. And we had 17 guys go through it this past 8 weeks. And we had one guy in particular. I mean, every single guy had great results, but one guy in particular really stood out. This guy had actually, you want me to show you the pictures?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on one second. We'll edit this. That's him. And these photos, we're going to pop them in the show notes. If this man gives us permission, I haven't asked him yet, but I'm sure he will.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that.
Can I do this challenge?
Yeah.
It'll probably help.
It's a transformation challenge. Basically, it's eating clean, working out.
Can I do it?
You can totally do it.
I want to do it.
You can actually do it this quarter. You can sign up through the First Form app.
I want to do
it. It's great. It's great. It'll give you work. The app is awesome. It'll give you workouts. It will track your food. It will even.
How much money do I have to pay for it though?
So they have 2 different programs. It's $9.99 gives you access to the app, and you can have access to all the workouts that they have. And they have a ton of workouts. They even have a log in there, so you can record all your weights that you do and your lifts and all that. But it's also like a MyFitnessPal, so you can track all your food and nutrition. But that gives you access to that, which is kind of cool. If you pay $29.99, you actually get access to like a nutritionist, a sports nutritionist, a personal trainer at First Form headquarters. And no, it's not AI. And no, it's not a bot.
Don't you have one?
I do. His name's Shaquan.
Nice.
Yeah. He's been my guy for, 4 years.
Wow.
And there's a chat in the app. So you just chat back and forth, and they'll help you with your nutrition, and they'll help you with it's great. So yeah, it's like $30. You kind of get this virtual trainer, and, but yeah, it's awesome. But we run these, 3 times a year, 8 weeks at a time. And this man right here, if you go to the show notes, if you guys go to thedadedge.com/1391, again, I'm going to get his permission. If you don't see his photos in there, he didn't give me permission, but I'm pretty sure he will.
I think you should. Holy cow, that's quite the inspiration.
It's nuts, man. Eric Springer, my man, Eric Springer, you are the First Form Dad Edge Dad of October. So congratulations. Your transformation was absolutely sick. This guy's got abs on top of abs.
Gosh dang.
And the crazy thing is, I don't think he lost a lot of weight. I think he actually put on weight.
I put on a whole lot of muscle, that's for sure.
Ton of muscle. But this guy is dedicated, man. Oh my gosh. Like, he didn't miss a beat. So yeah,
Eric's so cool.
Yeah, Eric Springer. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I am going to be sending you out a free container, I guess say. Bucket.
Keg.
Yeah, keg. Pumpkin spice latte level 1 for winning the October DEA Dad Edge Alliance First Form Man Dad of the Month. So congratulations on your transformation. I'd love to know some details, because just looking at his photos, he looks like he probably put on about 10 pounds and definitely lost some serious body fat.
Oh, yeah.
I doubt it was 10 pounds, but he looks
3% body fat,
oh,
185 pounds of muscle.
Absolutely ridiculous. So good job. Good job. Guys, as you know, First Form is a huge sponsor of the show, but I've been obviously a customer of theirs since 2009. I love their stuff. Always prioritize protein. In my opinion, First Form, it makes the best. I'm not saying that because I work with them. I mean, I've been buying their stuff for 16 years, but they low temperature process their protein powders, and most companies will heat process their protein, which denatures the protein, which makes it less bioavailable, which basically means what you see on the label is actually not what you're getting, because you denature that protein and it's not bioavailable. So First Form is different. And by the way, they're not the cheapest supplement company on the block, but they take pride in that because they're like, well, the cost of our supplements are quite a bit higher because they go for quality and they don't go for fillers or quantity or anything like that. Plus, their stuff tastes amazing.
Oh yes.
Amazing. What's your favorite protein powder of theirs?
Well, not so long ago I tried their and it wasn't.
Dude, tell them what you did yesterday.
Oh yeah, so yesterday me and my girlfriend tried a date idea. I was like, I don't know what to do for this date idea. But then it came to me, I was like, well, we've been trying to do cooking. And then I was like, oh my gosh, we could learn how to do those like short, easy protein meals that I've seen like on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think we should totally try them. So I don't know what his handle is or his name is on Instagram, but I think you should
I
definitely
think it's flexible dieting or something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
You can probably tag him on there if you want. But he posts all these videos about how you can like eat these, like where you can make these quick and easy meals with like high in protein, low calories. He puts all the macros in it, and it's like these delicious foods. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
Dude, tell them what you made yesterday.
So yesterday me and my girlfriend made fold over pizza, which is like you get a tortilla, you slice one half of it, you put toppings in like 4 different quadrants, and you fold them over into like a little triangle. You air fry them, and we had to get all these different kinds of ingredients to make sure it was exactly the amount of protein and carbs and calories it's needed. And we went to the store and grabbed all the stuff. It was 55 grams of protein.
Yeah.
I don't know how many calories. I can't remember off the top of my
You
head.
said it was like 550 calories.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was so good. And then we did lava cake.
Yeah, and didn't you use the First Form
Yes,
milk chocolate shake flavor
we used
for lava cake?
Form chocolate milkshake,
Chocolate milkshake, yeah.
chocolate milkshake protein powder for it. It turned out amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. I would definitely make that a second time.
Yeah, that looked. I did have a little bite of the pizza. I didn't try the lava cake, but man, it was.
You would love it. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
It looked really good, man. So, but yeah, all right. Well, guys, listen, if you guys want to go check out what they're doing on First Form, please use our link. It obviously helps the show. Go to firstform.com/dad edge. If you use that link, if you spend over $100, they're gonna ship whatever you need out to you for free. If you spend over $250, they're gonna throw some other goodies in there. Usually it's some energy drinks. Over $300, they usually throw in energy drinks, free shipping, and usually a shirt, the mystery shirt. I always love the mystery shirts.
Mystery shirts.
Yeah, I love the thing. Like I always know because I place my order every month.
Yeah.
And I always know when I've hit that. It's like, and I see the little blue shirt with the question mark on it. Like, what size is your mystery shirt? And it's always kind of cool because you don't know what you're gonna get. But like I was like, oh, it could be green, it could be blue, it could be white. But it's
you could be a pink one. Get a pink one.
You know what? I think in years past. So I actually have a breast cancer awareness First Form shirt. So the P on the chest is pink, and then it's got on the left shoulder, it's got like a tiny pink ribbon, and then on the back, I think it says something like "We're all in this fight together" or something like that. So they do have those. They did last year anyway, but I'd have to check and see if they did this year.
We're done this year because isn't it that awareness month?
Yeah, it is. It is breast cancer awareness month.
Month. Yeah, I forgot. I remember that because last year, well, when I was in high school, they did like we did like pink stuff for marching band and football stuff.
Yeah,
like the football teams, they'll get like pink arm sleeves
and socks
or shoes. For our marching band, you know those little feathers on top of the marching hats?
I do.
We got pink ones and we got pink gloves.
Nice, man.
Yeah, that was so cool.
It is cool how like I mean it's good to recognize that.
Oh yeah.
And for anybody out there, if you know anybody, you know, if whether it's your wife or somebody in your life who has that, you know, thoughts and prayers definitely with you. It's a definitely that is a treacherous fight. It really, really is. Well, let's get into today's podcast, which is your money mindset at 19 years old. So, you know, we've been talking money for years. You've come to my quarterly meetings with my financial advisor. So you have I believe a pretty good understanding of money, and there's probably a lot of things you don't understand about money, but I would
there's still a lot of things I'm understanding about money.
yeah, I would say you understand a little bit more, I think, than most probably at your age, which I think is a good thing. But what are some of the things about money that scare you right now?
Lots of things.
Okay.
Well, now with like the cost of living,
Mm-hmm.
bills, like the cost of groceries now, like everything's insanely expensive.
You should try to feed 4 boys. Like y'all are,
No.
it's like crazy. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, I've been trying to take initiative in buying my own groceries lately, if you haven't noticed.
I haven't,
Well, now you know.
because stop eating our food.
I haven't really even eaten that much in the pantry lately.
No, I'm totally kidding.
I
But
usually buy my own stuff. I have a mini fridge where I keep like some fruit, some protein yogurt, um, other stuff. Like recently, me and Megan, we went to Eckert's and I got a big bag of apples for myself. So kind of just snacking on some stuff for myself. Not really taking stuff out of the pantry right now.
well, so like so the cost of living though, so groceries though, like that yeah, you're right. Food's
I
expensive.
I recently saw this video. It's this lady. She's like 21. She just graduated high school. Well, she didn't just graduate, but she's obviously not in high school anymore. She's probably in her late years of college, probably about to graduate. She's working full-time job at, well, maybe it wasn't. It was over the summer. So it was probably like before she started another year of school. She was doing a full-time job at Walmart because that's all she could take. That's all that she got into. And she said, people are always like, a lot of different generations are always like, oh, Gen Z's so lazy. Oh, Gen Z's this. Oh, Gen Z's that because you don't want to work a full time job. Well, yeah, it's not that I don't want to work a full time job. It's also because the cost of living is so crazy that in order for me to work a full time job, it still wouldn't be enough. Like everything is so expensive now. Like, I mean, a lot. I would say that some people live up to the stereotype of being lazy, not wanting to work a full time job. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to work a full time job, but we have to in order to have our basic needs in life, like food, water, shelter, your basic necessities. Um, but it's too hard to get that nowadays. Like I'm working a full time job at Walmart, and I can barely even afford the bills at my apartment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the average cost of an apartment is. I mean, I know in like where we live, like the average cost of an apartment is like $2,300.
Oh, Scott.
$2,300. You want to know something crazy though?
What?
So when I was a little older than you, I'd graduated college. I moved away. I moved to Southern Illinois for my first job, and my rent for my apartment, I had a 2-bedroom 1,100 square foot apartment, and dude, like I thought I had made it. Like I was just like,
you're living the American dream.
I'm like in my early 20s, you know, like I've got 2 bedrooms, I got 2 bathrooms, I've got a walk-in closet, you know, it's like
Pretty nice.
it was. I mean, I was in Southern Illinois, like in a small town, so like my rent was $400 a month for that. It was a pretty sweet deal, but here's the interesting thing. From I would say a relative, you know, scenario, like relationally, I was only making $36,000 a year.
Wow.
That was my first job. So like now, like, I mean, $36,000 a year won't get you anything. Like it's difficult to do that.
It's almost like you have to make 6 figures in order to be financially stable, even when you have kids.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a goal. Right. But I mean, like, I think what would be more important is like it's not necessarily like how much money you make, like that's important, right? And I would even challenge a little bit what you said of like I have to get a full-time job to make ends meet.
Mm-hmm.
You can start a business.
Yeah, then you'd be working like 24/7.
Well, depends. You can be active in a business, like super active in a business, or you could be really passive in a business. I have a client of mine right now. He owns a ridiculously successful dumpster business.
Wow, I think I remember you told me about this.
Yes, like insanely profitable, really great business. And he does it from his desk for like 3 hours a day, and all he does is schedule these dumpsters to go to like construction sites, and then he schedules them to be, you know, picked up and emptied and then brought back, and they pay him rent to do that. And I'm just like, he works like 2-3 hours a day. And I'm like, dude, he's like, yeah, the only bad side is I have to tell people that I own a dumpster business.
Yeah,
He's
but
like,
you're
but it's
making
great.
pretty good money.
Yeah, you're making great money. And like, it's not necessarily like, I don't think, the older people get, what I've noticed is they actually value time over their money. Because think about it, like, do you know who Warren Buffett is?
No.
So Warren Buffett, we won't get into the details, but basically he's a genius. I can't even remember how old he is now. He's in his 80s, I think. He might be in his 90s.
Oh, wow.
But he is one of the most wealthiest men on the planet, and he's got a hedge fund. And basically, a hedge fund is like people invest in his portfolio and stocks. He's a wealth management guy type of thing, to keep it short. But that guy made the majority of, and he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He might even be a billion. I don't know. I think probably a billion. I don't know. But he made the majority of his money after 60.
What?
Yeah. So like, if you think of things like that, I'm not saying like wait on making money. I think it's always better to save earlier, but like,
yeah.
think of it this way. Like, we can always make more money.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot manufacture time. Like, that is the one limiting factor
You
that we
can
all know.
control, well, sort of control how much money you make, depending on what it is. Like, if it's a full-time job, you can only get what you get
Yeah.
for how many hours you work.
Right.
But
get
you
that.
can also find other ways to make more along the side, like selling old possessions, selling old clothes, anything, investing in stocks. Aren't you doing that?
Oh yeah, and so are you.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
And so are you. Yeah. We invest money. You should always be taking some of your money and putting it in the market. Let me ask you this. What do you think is the appropriate percentage of money that you should save while you're working? Like, and when I say save, I mean save for the future. I don't mean
Like putting in a savings account?
yeah, no. I mean like actually investing it in, like, so right now you have investments. You have an account with investments, but like, you've seen how that's grown, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, and time is on your side when it comes to that kind of thing. But what do you think? Like, let's just say you make $5,000 a month. Let's just say that $5,000 a month.
Pretty good.
What do you think is the appropriate number to put away every month? And then what is the rest to live on?
I couldn't tell you, honestly.
Just take a guess.
I don't know. I'm going to take a wild guess, but I'm probably really wrong. I'm just going to take a wild, estimated guess. 40%.
I mean, that you'll get to your savings number way faster that way. And it'd be really hard to live on, $3,000 a month.
I don't know.
But 20% is ideal.
Okay.
So
I was going to say 25, but then I was like, I don't know if that's enough.
Now, for every $5 you make, you want to put away $1.
Okay.
Just that's kind of like a rule of thumb. And so that's what you want to aim for, right? And then the rest is for spending. But what most people do is they never do that. They never do that.
Mhm.
Like they'll wait to do that. Like, I'll do that someday, and then they don't, and then they get in their 40s and 50s, and they have like no retirement. They have no runway to keep living.
They still have to work for 20-something years.
Yeah, which you don't want to be. I mean, like, I don't know. I'll probably always be doing something until the day that I pass away. I cannot sit still, and probably you as well. But yeah, you want to have the choice. The choice is what's most important. Is like, if I wanted to not work, I could. But for you, so tell me, when you think of savings, and let's just use that 20%, right? Does that feel scary, heavy to you to do that?
To save like that?
To save 20% of whatever you make?
Honestly, not at the moment. I wouldn't say that much. I've actually been doing... Lately, I've been a little bit better about what I've been putting my money towards and how much I'm saving lately. Like, I work in a restaurant now, and I get tips. And there's this thing where we had to get this app where we receive our tips, and we had to get a whole new card where we have to activate it. And
so crazy.
Yeah. And I am watching my money grow every single day. It's not like crazy ideal right now. I'm making like $30 to $45 in tips. It's pretty good, but it's not gonna make me. It's not gonna help me survive on my own.
No, I put gas in your car. That's about it.
It'll put gas. It'll pay for like a few groceries.
Yeah. I mean, if you go to Taco Bell, it might, buy you like, 40 tacos or something.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
40 tacos. Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to call a plumber after that.
Oh.
I won't have enough
Oh my
after
God.
that.
Thanks for the visual. But yeah. I'm thinking of Dumb and Dumber right now.
Yeah, I don't have enough for that for a plumber like that.
Harry, the toilet's broken in there. I hope you're not using it.
What?
I'm brushing my teeth.
I'm shaving.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, so 20%, I mean, that should obviously be the ideal, but that can be tough for some
Oh
people.
yeah.
But what do you think about when I say the word fun money? What does fun money mean to you?
Fun money?
Mm-hmm.
When I hear fun money, that sounds pretty easy. Like all the things you want to do for fun, like concerts, vacations, possessions.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Going out to eat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is, when I say fun money, like what is something that you're just like, oh, I like to do that. I like to spend my money on that.
I like to spend my money on fun date ideas for me and Megan. That's about it. Not about it, but that's the first thing that came to my mind.
I do have to admit, you guys have some really great date ideas. Like I'm really, really, like me and Mom are like super impressed by what you guys do.
We
Like
try to make it creative and we try to sometimes keep it as cheap as possible. Like when we were shopping.
Yeah.
When we were shopping, we were trying to find the cheapest and the best options for us.
Yeah.
Like looking for, like whenever we were looking for eggs, we didn't need 18 large eggs. We just needed the 6 because that's the smallest it came in, and it was so cheap, nice and easy.
Yeah.
And it said we needed a certain amount of flour. I was like, well, I don't know what flour we have at home, so I'm just gonna grab this one that's only $1. Pretty easy.
You bought flour for $1?
Yeah. It was a little small bag, about that big, all-purpose flour.
Are you sure it wasn't sugar?
I'm sure.
Okay.
It was cornstarch.
I think that's something to keep in mind, though, is to, I mean, I love the fact that you guys are frugal and you're so creative with your dates. I mean, like you guys did pumpkins the other day?
Yeah, we painted pumpkins.
Painted pumpkins? I mean, like that's inexpensive. I mean, that's a great way.
We already had all the paint.
Yeah.
All we had to do was find something that inspired whatever we wanted to paint. Like I drew I painted a pumpkin that looked like jack-o'-lantern of Jack Skellington, and then half of his face was like the skeleton.
It was really good.
Yeah.
You did a really good job with that.
I'm very proud of it. It doesn't look the most perfect one, but it looks pretty awesome.
I got to tell you, man, right now you have no bills.
No, I don't.
And you have no debt. And
not yet.
I think that there's a lot of people your age that be like, oh, I have no bills, I have no debt, so I can just spend all of my money that I have, but you don't.
I used to.
You used to, but you don't anymore. What has been, and I'm curious, I don't know the answer to this, but why do you think you're more frugal now versus when you were younger?
Because I know I'm going to have to eventually move out and definitely pay for EMT school. So I'm trying to like make as much money as I can, as well as like save it for like what you were saying, like houses, retirement. I know it's like a long time away.
It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah.
It will.
Especially when I have kids someday, it'll go fast. But I just, you want to know what really inspired it?
No.
How about now?
Yeah.
You're going to laugh at this, but we've talked about it before. Do you know the movie with Jim Carrey in it called Fun with Dick and Jane?
I saw that movie actually, I think in the movie theater when it first came out. I was like really disappointed because like
yeah, I mean, it was not Jim Carrey's best work.
No.
But I still watch it every now and then. It's kind of funny. It gives me a good laugh here and there. But I've actually looked at it a little differently. I actually took lessons out of it. More like financial stuff. So if you don't know what that movie is, it's a movie where Jim Carrey is like a father, works at this multi-millionaire bank company, is that right? Called Globadine. And then there's the mother who works at this like passport agent or agency or whatever it's called. Something for like planning trips for people. and then they have a kid.
Travel agent.
Yeah, right, a travel agent. Um, and they were doing pretty well. Like they're living the American dream. They have a nice house in the suburbs. They have a child who's in school, a nice school. They have very stable jobs. They have all the things they need to basically live a pretty happy life of what people would call the American dream. Um, but then all of a sudden, something went wrong in Globodine and everything tanked. Then they went poor and they almost had to sell their house. They were selling anything to be able to survive. And they eventually resorted to robberies. Not the best choice, but basically what I got out of that was like, man, people will do anything just to have money so they can survive, so people will be happy. That's scary. They were on the verge of losing their house. They were short on bills. They were short on like power bills. They even had this thing in there. I think it's silly. I don't know if anyone, like any neighborhoods do this. You can correct me if I'm wrong. They have this thing where they repossess a lawn, take out all the grass. Hey, you don't have a nice lawn anymore.
Yeah, that one I've never heard of.
I think it's really just to make them look bad, and then
Right.
they're the embarrassment in the neighborhood.
Possess your lawn. Like
That sounds stupid, but
that's a Jim Carrey movie.
that
for sure right
is
there.
a Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
But like, it was just a way to make them look bad because they were trying to always look good around everyone around them, like their neighbors, because all of them were pretty rich snobs. So they were trying not to make it seem like they were poor and trying not to lose their house. So they tried to stay as calm as possible while still robbing people blind.
Yeah, man. There was a movie. You remember the movie Cinderella Man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the Great Depression, boxer, all that stuff.
So the movie Dick and Jane for you, like, and it's funny. No matter how you get the message, you get the message.
You get the
But,
message.
like, there was in that movie, Russell Crowe plays. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, it's Russell Crowe.
What?
That's from South Park.
Oh my god. I was like, what was that? Is that your Cartman impression?
No, that's the Russell Crowe impression that they did in that show.
Are you serious?
Yeah, when they were like, "Oh my gosh, it's Russell Crowe." He's like, "Oh my gosh, it's Russell Crowe," and then you would beat someone up.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that? It was like season 1. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I kind of do. I think wasn't he like carrying around his like Oscar?
I think so. He was like beating people up with it or something.
Yeah. Well, there was a joke going around. I don't know if there was truth to it or not, but like Russell Crowe, after he won like his first Oscar award, because it's a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah, I think he actually won it for Gladiator. Like he like carried it around everywhere. Or like that. I think he like actually had it like in his gym bag. Like he just like he just carried it with him. I don't know. I don't know the details. I just know there was a reputation.
He like worshipped it.
I don't know.
Holy Grail.
Something like he had it on him. Like no one ever does that. But
that's kind of weird.
But he plays James Braddock, true story about a very, he was a boxer, but he was also a business owner.
Yeah.
He owned a cab company in New York. I mean, if you ever think of any business that won't ever go bankrupt in New York, it's owning a taxi. But he owned a cab company and the Depression hit, and he had 3 kids, I believe, and a wife. And dude, they went from living in this beautiful house to like living in the slums, and he would go days without eating, and he would just go to like the labor union place where they were like just picking workers for the day so he could make like a day's wage.
Didn't he break his wrist in
Yeah.
one of them, and he had like trying to hide it somehow so they didn't like exclude him out for like getting a job or like just a little bit of work just to make a little bit of money?
Yeah, he had a broken hand, and they painted his cast to make it look like a glove.
Yeah.
So like it,
I guess seem like that he was using gloves to carry whatever he was doing, or like whatever he was doing in manual labor.
But dude, there's like this one part where like they got so desperate that his little boy, probably like Colton's age, like 9-10 years old, stole like a giant thing of salami or like bologna or something like that from the deli.
Oh,
like one of those big
meat,
things before they cut it. He
Yeah.
took the whole thing and came home, and his James Braddock was the part that he played was, he was like so upset, but you could also tell he was just like, oh my god, like I'm so ashamed that my son like literally thinks we're to the point where we can't eat, like, and they were. But he would go days without eating and stuff like that. And you see like this financial stress toll that just completely overtakes him, and he gets up to the point where he like goes back to like all of his boxing buddies, like all the rich boxing buddies, and he
asking for a little bit of money,
asking them for money, like dude, like just completely sidestepping your ego like that, just begging for money. And then of course, like he makes it back, you know, he becomes a fighter again, and
becomes a champion or whatever.
Yeah, he became the champion, and but like that's scary especially for a man.
Oh yeah.
Especially for a man, because your family looks at you like, what are we going to do? Like, you're in charge of this. It's a lot of pressure. I've heard a lot of men talk about the tension and the pressure that they feel having to provide. It's a real thing.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm worried about. Like, sometimes I'll even like think about like how much you guys spend on us, and I'll even hear about how much like my friends' parents will spend on them, or and I'm just like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna have kids? It's just the like cost of living and everything is just gonna get worse from here, I think.
It'll get higher.
It will.
But also wages usually get higher, so pay usually goes higher as well.
That's true.
You know, I mean,
didn't
like,
minimum wage raise up quite a bit lately?
Well, I mean, like when I was your age, minimum wage was $4.25.
What?
Now it's like, I don't know,
$13.75.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, it's quadrupled.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like there's that, but also prices have quadrupled. I mean, like my rent used to be $400, now it's $2,000. So like it's kind of relative, which is good.
Well, for the house we live in, we're paying a cheaper amount of rent compared to some apartments.
Yeah, I mean, we just locked into a really good interest rate.
That's true.
And that's another really good lesson. I would encourage you, you know, it's always better to buy a house than it is to rent. Mm-hmm. First of all, do you know why that is?
I think I remember us talking about it when I took personal finance in high school, but I don't really remember exactly. Like, we listed pros and cons and why it's good to rent a house and why it's not. I just can't remember it off the top of my head.
Okay, so I can explain it to you.
Yeah, please.
So do you know the difference between, we went over this in the financial meeting with Austin, but it's been years, so you probably don't remember. Do you remember the difference between a liability and an asset?
Assets are like your number one priorities, aren't they?
No, assets are more like things that will increase in value.
Oh, yeah. I actually remember in CAPS when I was in my business class.
There you go.
Rule number 1 of starting a business is buy your assets.
Buy your assets. Exactly, yeah. So an asset is something that increases in value over time. Yep. So like, for instance, the home that we live in, we bought it 7 years ago. If we were to sell it now, we would sell it considerably higher than what we bought it, because that's what it's worth. Real estate usually will go up. So if you buy a house for $100,000, let's just use a round number, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say next year you go out and buy a $100,000 house. You stay in that house for 5 years, depending on the market and that kind of thing, but you could probably sell that house for $150,000, $175,000. Wow. So it does go up in value. I'm not saying it doubles, but like, it just depends on the market. But if you look at real estate over time, an asset like that, that's why people invest in real estate as something that they do. So a house is something, usually depending on the market, gold, silver, also, but something like a car, like people buy cars all the time. That's a liability.
It reminds me of one of the other rules that we learned in CAPS: buy low, sell high.
That's for stocks.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, but that's for anything. But yeah, that's mostly in the market.
Yeah.
But your liabilities are the things that go down in value over time. So like, for instance, mom's minivan, right? It's 2018 minivan. What we paid for it, we probably would get a third of what we paid for it.
Really?
So we paid, you know, just we'll call it, I don't remember. We'll call it $30,000 for that. It was a used car. If we were to sell it now, so the car is now 7 years older than when we got it. It's got way more miles on it. It's got way more dings on it. It's like, you know, it's an older car. So
yeah.
We could probably sell it for $8,000.
$8,000?
Yeah.
I was expecting a little more than that.
No. I mean, maybe 10, maybe.
I was thinking like 15,000.
No, not that. That's what I'm saying. Like these, and by the way, that's the difference between asset and liability. So for instance, an apartment would be more of a liability because you don't own it. Like, it doesn't go up in value. So like, you pay $2,000 a month, you move out, no one cuts you a check for what that apartment was worth. You just move out and all that money. So think about it, $2,000 a month times 12 is $24,000. Let's just say you stay there 3 years and you spend $75,000 over 3 years for rent.
Oh my gosh.
And once you move out of that apartment, well, you just move on to the next place. There's nothing you get. Now, if you have,
oh my gosh,
take this though. Let's just say you buy $100,000 house. We'll just use these round numbers. Your mortgage payment is $2,000 a month. Let's just say that.
Okay.
And let's just say you stay there for 3 years. You have now done a couple of different things. You have, number one, you've paid off a little bit of that loan, and now you have what's called equity in the house. So equity, do you know what equity is?
I've heard of it. I'm just still not sure what it really is.
Okay. So equity is whatever you bought the house and what you have to pay off on it. So like, for instance, let's just say $100,000 house, let's just say over 3 years time, you pay off $12,000 of the principal of the actual loan. Well, now your balance on that loan is $88,000. Okay. So that's your balance that you owe. Let's just say that. Mm-hmm. But you've been there for 3 years. And let's just say the house that you're living in, the neighborhood you're living in, it's going up in value. But now your house is worth $145,000. And you're like, you know what? I'm getting ready to get married. This house is not for me anymore. I'm going to sell it. You sell that house for $145,000. Now you have a chunk of change. The difference between $88,000 and $45,000, that is $57,000 that is now in your pocket.
Nice.
And guess what you can do with that? What would you do with that?
I don't know. Invest in another house or something.
Exactly. You take that money and you put a portion of it as a down payment on your next house. Mm-hmm. And now you have equity in that house.
Ooh.
So, yeah. So like that's the difference between, an asset and a liability. The asset, you'll get money back out of it. Here's the other really cool thing about having a house. Have you ever heard of something called a home equity line of credit?
I actually haven't.
Okay. That's where you can borrow money against your house and basically pull cash out of it. So like, I'll give you an example.
A loan?
Yes, a loan. But let me explain. So like, our backyard that we did, mm-hmm. right? And what we paid for it. Yeah. We couldn't afford to just write a check for, a new patio and a fire pit.
Oh, we couldn't?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. So what we did is we took out a home equity line of credit. So we took a loan against the house and we received a nice lump sum of money. We paid the person who did our thing, and then now we're paying off that loan. Now, the cool thing about the interest on that loan, and I know it's tax deductible. Mm-hmm. So do you know what interest is?
No.
That's okay. We've talked about this before, but you probably don't remember. But interest is basically the money and the fees that you pay to get money. So it's kind of like the rent of the money that you buy. So let's just say, for instance, if you have a loan with interest on it, let's just say your payment is $100, okay, for any type of loan. And let's just say that your interest rate for the $100 that you pay off, $80 of it goes towards principal. That means it's going to go pay down your loan, but the $20 goes to the bank or the lender for saying, basically you're saying, thank you for loaning me this money. I'm paying you rent on the money until this loan is paid off.
Oh, wow.
So all of your money that you're paying actually doesn't go towards the balance of that loan. It goes towards interest. But the good news is this. If you have a home equity line of credit, you can write that interest off on your taxes to lower your income. You can't do that with an apartment.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, and you can do that with a mortgage too. So all the money that you spend just in your normal like house payment, that interest is tax deductible. So that's a good thing.
Oh, dang.
So this is how you can just be a little bit smarter with things and with money and that kind of thing. Just knowing that if I buy an apartment, if I rent an apartment, I'm probably not going to get, I'm not going to get anything back, basically. You're just paying rent.
Yeah.
You're making somebody else rich and not you.
Yeah. That's a good way to make money. Own an apartment complex.
Yes. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Own a multifamily apartment complex. And believe it or not, like I have clients that do that all the time. That
sounds like a really good way to make money.
it's a pretty good way to make money. I mean, it depends on how active you want to be in something like that.
Yeah.
But because you can be kind of a passive partner in something like that, but you can also be really active and be the person who manages it, which quite frankly, you don't want to do that. That's not fun. But you can invest in multifamily deals and create passive revenue streams. So like, I'll give you an example. I own part of an apartment complex in Texas.
Aren't you in Texas?
In Texas. Yeah.
Wow.
I also own a part of one in New York.
What?
Just a part of one. I'm a small percentage. It's not like I own like huge pieces of it.
Yeah.
I own a small piece of it.
That's crazy that you even go that far out.
Right.
I never heard of that. You didn't hear that voice crack.
I didn't. But here's the cool thing. Every single month I get a check. I get a check for my share of that investment. So like I had to put money into it. So that money's out there.
Duh.
But then what we're going to do is those those are going to sell. And then I get all my money back plus the profit, which is usually the profits are usually pretty nice. So you get more money on top of what you put in. Plus you made money along the way because they're paying you a percentage of it. So like things like that, that's making your money work for you and not for somebody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm talking a lot during this.
No, I get it. No, it's a lot I'm learning. And I know whenever this comes out, I'm going to be listening to quite a bit.
Yeah.
I might even take notes.
You should. Do you know, and I'm not going to mention his name out of privacy, but one of Mason's friends in high school owns 2 apartments, owns 2 condos and rents them out.
Wait,
18.
what?
Yeah, 18. He owns 2. His dad helped him.
I didn't know that.
But he owns these 2 apartments and he's cash flowing $800 a month just by owning these doors. Like that's his profit after rent. And all he did was buy them and now he's renting them and there's people in there living and now they're paying him.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yes. You can do things like that. But going back to like some of the things that I did early on, I know I was going to talk about some of my mistakes and then I want to kick this back to you.
Okay.
I didn't start everything that I just told you and some of the things, like I had to kind of like learn it along the way, but I didn't really get serious about this until I was 30.
Like a savings account?
No, like investing.
Oh, investing.
Yeah. Savings account, by the way, your bank savings account is never, in my opinion, a great place to invest money because you literally, like if I look at our savings account, we get paid. I'm not kidding. They'll pay you interest on your savings. Like they'll give you a profit, but it's like 47 cents. I'm not kidding. So like a savings account at a bank is not a way to make money. You actually want to take that money and put it into something else that will work for you. So something like a multifamily deal or buying a condo and you don't have to have all the money. You can put money down.
Airbnb.
An Airbnb is another one that's huge, or VRBO, things like that, to where people are actually paying you for the investments that you've made. So things like that. But let me kick this back to you. Moving forward, I basically talked way too much, but what did you take from this?
I learned a lot about like some of the basic things about money and how it all works with like buying a house and stuff, but that's really cool, really interesting. Well, I just feel like learning this stuff is definitely going to help me in the future because, I've been trying to be a little more cautious about my financial decisions. And now I think I have a better idea of what I want to do with some of that money.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
Can I give you some advice?
No.
Okay.
How about now?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Here's my advice. While you're here under our roof, I would encourage you to get super aggressive with that percentage that you're saving.
Okay.
Like really, really, really aggressive. I mean, and I'm talking like even like you have your investment account, which we really, quite frankly, you don't want to touch that. You want to keep adding to it, but that's like something for down the road.
Retirement?
I mean, you could. You could.
Will.
You could.
My will.
Your will. But here's what you can do. You can actually open up another account.
Okay.
Right. And I got to be honest, I don't know if I'd put it into like a traditional bank savings account, but you can open up another account like the one you have and you can start putting money in that. And then what you can do is I would kick that 20% up to 40% like you were talking about just for now.
Okay.
And just sock away as much as you can. Like literally, because let's just say you're here for another 2 years. I mean, your paramedic thing is going to be 2 years. You know, you'll be a firefighter after that and that kind of thing. But if you can have a chunk of change to get you started, like where you can put money down on a house or something like that. And by the way, your first house, you only need 5 to 10% to put down because they're pretty lenient on first-time home buyers.
Mm-hmm.
You could easily buy a house.
I actually, it's going to sound kind of strange because I was actually on, was it Zillow?
Zillow, yeah.
Zillow,
yeah.
I was on Zillow not so long ago.
Yeah.
Probably when I say not so long ago, it was probably like 6 months ago. I was on Zillow and I was looking at houses around here, seeing like how much they cost. Some of them are absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, they're all ridiculous.
And some of them,
area,
some of them are actually would probably be quite affordable someday.
Yeah.
Like I saw a house for like $150,000, and it looked pretty nice. It was in like a suburban neighborhood, like how ours is. It wasn't giant like ours. Now, when I say ours is giant, it's not giant. It's not. A standard house.
We live in a ranch house.
Yes, we do.
It is not a mansion by
no. People call it that, but we're just like, no. This is like your basic standard suburban house. No, we do not live in a mansion. No. But it was definitely a lot smaller than this house. And I'm just like, actually, for someone like me, if I wanted to move out and like at like the age of 25,
yeah, I think
I could probably afford that.
I'll tell you what, man, you're 19, you put 6 years of 40% savings behind your belt. You could have a rock star start to your life. I'm not kidding.
You didn't hear that voice?
I didn't hear that voice crack. How old are you? 12?
Sometimes I feel like I am.
But yeah, like, and to be honest, man, like, I'm due to meet with our financial advisor. I would encourage you, let's open up another account and
That's awesome.
Let's feed that account and let's save a chunk of change for you to be able to buy a house. Yes.
Because there's actually a lot of stuff like I'm wanting to like get. Like I want to start paying for my own gym membership at a different health club because a Crunch Fitness just opened up in St. Peter's around here, and I definitely want to check it out. When we were in Arkansas, I freaking loved that place. I was like, I think I'd rather spend my money over there than paying like almost $40 a month at club.
Yeah. Well, you know, that used to be like a Costco, the one we went to. It was so big. The place is like,
oh my gosh, it
I
was
feel like
massive.
you needed like walkie-talkies to talk to each other across the gym.
Like me and you kind of stay together, but Mason went off in his own like different way. Like he was like, we were over by like the benches and stuff and by the free weights while he was across the entire gym with the cable machines.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was huge. I feel like every turn you make, there's a punching bag nearby.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It is cool. Yeah.
It's not like you can go like in club, there's punching bags, but you have to have like some premium membership in order to go in that room to punch a bag.
That's very true. I've been in those rooms. They're not really all that special.
Really?
'Cause I don't have access to them, but
Yeah,
like every now and again, they'll let me in there, but like it's not very often.
I really like, because we don't have a bag. We have Bob. But I would like to start hitting a bag. But I guess the only thing that the Club Fitness has to offer with that bag in the gym is privacy, because it's a whole new room where you're away from everyone else.
Yeah, and if you're gonna be punching a bag, you want people to see you. You better not mess with my car.
No, honestly, I don't want people to see me go.
Yeah, right. Well, dude, this has been a fun show, man. And I'm so glad we did it.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this.
Do you mind if I tell the audience real quick about a brand new resource that I just created? I haven't even told you this, but so
no, nope.
How about now?
Okay.
So I have a brand new resource for you guys, and I'm going to be doing a lot of brand new things. I want to give you guys a heads up and a direction to go in. Obviously, we talked about first form, all that good stuff, but I've got a brand new resource for you guys. I just developed this, totally free. It's called Questions for the Car. That's what it's called.
Really?
So yeah, I mean, like one thing I've noticed over time, and I was in this boat too, is like I would always struggle as a dad to create good conversations with you guys. Like one thing that I think we've been really good at over the years is like coming up with really cool questions to connect.
You know, That is actually I'm not even 20 years old and I'm already worrying about being a parent.
Oh, well, yeah, that's coming, not to worry. But here's the thing, guys. I have this new resource for you. It's a PDF called Questions for the Car. And what it is I've got 25 questions in there that are dedicated for certain age groups. So like if you have a 5 to 8 year old, I've got 25 creative, fun questions for you to ask your kid. And I call them questions for the car because like dads are always in cars, right?
We sometimes when we were on on the road trip, we would play like 20 questions.
20, yeah, that's exactly a good conversation. Always makes it fun. So ages 5 to 8, I got 25 questions for you there. For all you guys out there, 9 to 12, if that's your age range, got 25 questions in there. And those pesky teenagers, the ones that it's like hard
teenagers.
It's hard to get them to talk sometimes.
Was I easy though? I love talking to you guys.
Your two favorite words. I always tell people on the podcast, let's talk.
Let's relax.
Let's talk and relax. I love it. But I've got 25 questions for those teenagers as well. If you guys go to thedadedge.com/1391 for this show, I'll have a link in there. If not, head on over to thedadedge.com/kid questions. Again, kid questions. So that is my resource for you guys. And by the way, stay tuned because I'm going to be coming out with a brand new course coming out January 1st. It's called Overcoming Roommate Syndrome.
Oh,
yeah. It's going to be an 8-week thing, and I am going to be taking guys through how to attract their wives back to them, how to create that marriage that they want, that intimacy that they want, so they're not spinning in different orbits, they're not living individual lives. Let's get back to romance. Let's get back to connection. Let's get back to intimacy. Let's get the heck out of roommates. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to have more for you guys on that. Head on over to thedadedge.com/1391 for this show. Gentlemen, from my heart to yours, thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the reviews. If you haven't left an Apple review or a Spotify review mentioning Ethan's name, if you're loving him on the show, please do. And there's been quite a few guys who have left you reviews.
Really?
I don't know if you've seen on iTunes, but the last 3 or 4 reviews have your name in it. So they really, yes, they really love seeing you. So thanks. You. Look at Bernie. He's like, me? No, we're not talking to you.
Oh, I was going to move the camera. He moved.
Gentlemen, from my heart to yours, go out and live legendary. Take care.